When you think of prehistoric creatures, you probably think of dinosaurs, right? T-Rexes, velociraptors, the big scary stuff. But here's what nobody tells you. The birds back then? Absolutely terrifying. We're talking birds the size of bears, birds with teeth, birds that could swallow you whole. These weren't cute little sparrows. These were literal monsters with wings, and some of them survived way longer than the dinosaurs, like they were still around when humans showed up. Today, we're going through every prehistoric bird that proves birds used to be the most terrifying things on the planet. Trust me, after this video, you'll never look at birds the same way again. Let's go.
Let's start with the absolute unit of prehistoric birds, Argentavis. This thing was massive. We're talking a wingspan of 23 feet. That's about the size of a small airplane. This bird weighed around 150 pounds. For comparison, a bald eagle weighs like 10 pounds, so this thing was 15 times heavier than the biggest eagles we have today. Imagine looking up and seeing this flying over you, like a shadow covering the entire sky. Scientists think it probably couldn't even flap its wings much. It was too heavy, so it would just glide, riding wind currents for hours, scanning the ground for food. And when it spotted something, it would dive down at terrifying speeds. This bird lived in Argentina about 6 million years ago, and it was basically the king of the skies. Nothing could compete with it. Nothing could escape it. Absolute legend.
Okay, so these ones are called terror birds, and the name is not an exaggeration. Terror birds couldn't fly, but they didn't need to because they were the apex predators of South America for millions of years. These birds stood about 10 feet tall, had massive beaks that could crush bones, and could run up to 30 miles per hour. Imagine an ostrich, but bigger, more aggressive, and with a beak designed to kill. They hunted like raptors, chasing down prey, smashing skulls with their beaks, absolutely brutal. They were different species of terror birds. Some were smaller, some were absolutely massive. The biggest ones could take down animals the size of horses. And here's the crazy part. They existed after the dinosaurs went extinct. So while dinosaurs were gone, these birds took over. They became the top predators. For about 60 million years, South America belonged to the terror birds. Then they went extinct about 2 million years ago, probably because of climate change and competition with mammals. But for a while, they were the thing to be afraid of. This one breaks records. Pelagornis sandersii. Pelagornis sandersii had a wingspan of up to 24 feet, the largest wingspan of any bird ever, even bigger than Argentavis. This bird lived about 25 million years ago, and it spent most of its life flying over the ocean. Scientists think it could glide for weeks without landing, just soaring over the water looking for fish. And here's what makes it terrifying. It had teeth. Well, not real teeth, but bony spikes lining its beak. So when it caught a fish, those spikes would impale it. No escape. This bird was basically a flying nightmare for anything in the ocean. It would swoop down, grab fish with its spiked beak, and keep flying. Imagine being a fish, swimming peacefully. Then suddenly a shadow blocks the sun and boom, you're gone. Terrifying. Haast's eagle. This one is different because humans actually lived alongside this bird. Haast's eagle lived in New Zealand, and it went extinct only about 600 years ago. This eagle was the largest eagle to ever exist. Wingspan of 10 feet, weight of up to 40 pounds. And here's the insane part. It hunted humans. Well, not exactly humans, but it hunted the moa, which were giant flightless birds that humans also hunted. And sometimes the eagle would attack humans too. There are Maori legends about giant eagles swooping down and carrying off children, and those legends? Probably true. This eagle could fly at 50 miles per hour, dive down, grab a prey with its massive talons, and crush it. Its talons were so strong they could pierce through bone. So yeah, humans and giant man-eating eagles existed at the same time. The eagle went extinct because humans hunted all the moa, so the eagles had nothing to eat. But for a while, New Zealand was not a safe place to be. Kelenken. Remember terror birds? Well, this one was the biggest. Kelenken stood about 10 feet tall, had a skull almost 3 feet long. That's the largest skull of any bird ever. This thing was basically a dinosaur with feathers. It lived about 15 million years ago in Argentina, and it was the apex predator of its time. Nothing messed with Kelenken. Nothing. Its beak was so powerful it could crush bones with one bite. It would chase down prey, pin it to the ground with its claws, and then smash its skull open. Absolutely brutal hunting style. Scientists think it could run incredibly fast too, maybe up to 40 miles per hour. So if it spotted you, you couldn't outrun it, you couldn't fight it,
you were done. Honestly, thank goodness these things are extinct, because imagine running into one of these on a hike. Nightmare fuel.
Gastornis. This one's interesting because scientists can't agree on what it ate. Gastornis was a massive bird, about 6 feet tall, lived in Europe and North America about 50 million years ago. For a long time, scientists thought it was a predator, a hunter, but recent studies suggest it might have been herbivore, like it ate plants, which is wild because it had this massive beak that looked terrifying. But maybe it used that beak to crack nuts and seeds instead of skulls. Or maybe it was an omnivore, eating both plants and small animals. The truth is, we don't really know. But either way, this bird was huge and definitely something you wouldn't want to mess with. Even if it wasn't a predator, that beak could still do damage if it wanted to. Titanis. Most terror birds stayed in South America, but not this one. Titanis decided to migrate north, into North America. This was about 5 million years ago, when North and South America connected, and Titanis, it brought terror with it. This bird was about 8 feet tall, fast, aggressive, and had zero fear. It competed with saber-toothed cats, dire wolves, and other predators, and for a while it held its own. But eventually it went extinct, probably because it couldn't compete with the smarter mammalian predators. Still, the fact that a terror bird made it to North America is insane. For a brief moment in history, North America had giant killer birds roaming around. Wild times. Dromornis. Okay, so this one has the best nickname ever, the Demon Duck of Doom. Yes, that's its actual nickname. Dromornis lived in Australia about 15 million years ago. It was about 10 feet tall, weighed around 1,300 pounds, making it one of the heaviest birds ever. And here's the thing, it couldn't fly, obviously, because it weighed over half a ton, but it didn't need to fly. It was a tank. Scientists aren't sure if it was a predator or herbivore, but with a name like Demon Duck, I'm betting it was terrifying either way. Imagine a duck, but the size of a car, with a massive beak. Yeah, Australia's always been full of nightmare creatures. Archaeopteryx. Now, this one's special because it's technically the first bird. Archaeopteryx lived about 150 million years ago during the time of the dinosaurs. It's the missing link between dinosaurs and birds. It had feathers, but it also had teeth and claws on its wings. It's basically half dinosaur, half bird. Scientists think it could fly, but not very well, probably just gliding between trees. This bird proved that birds evolved from dinosaurs, which completely changed how we understand evolution. So yeah, every bird you see today, chickens, pigeons, eagles, they're all descendants of dinosaurs, thanks to Archaeopteryx showing us the connection. Pretty wild when you think about it. The elephant bird. Last one, and it's a giant. The elephant bird lived in Madagascar, and it went extinct only about 1,000 years ago. This bird was massive. It stood about 10 feet tall and weighed up to 1,600 pounds. That makes it the heaviest bird to ever exist. It couldn't fly, obviously, but it didn't need to. It was so big that nothing on Madagascar could hunt it. Well, until humans showed up. Its eggs were huge too, like the size of over 100 chicken eggs combined. Imagine finding one of those eggs. You could make an omelet for an entire village. Sadly, humans hunted it to extinction. We ate the birds, we ate the eggs, and eventually, they were gone. But for millions of years, this bird was the king of Madagascar, an absolute unit. So why aren't these giant birds around anymore? A few reasons. Climate change. The earth got colder. Food sources disappeared. Big birds need a lot of food. Competition. Mammals got smarter and better at hunting. Birds couldn't keep up. And humans. We hunted many of these birds to extinction, especially the ones that couldn't fly. It's honestly kind of sad, because these birds were incredible. They ruled the skies and the land for millions of years. But now, they're gone. All we have left are fossils and stories. The birds we have today, cute little things compared to what used to exist. But here's the cool part.
Birds are still dinosaurs, technically. Every time you see a pigeon or a chicken, you're looking at a descendant of creatures that once ruled the Earth. That's pretty amazing when you think about it. Thanks for watching. Drop a comment and tell me which prehistoric birds scared you the most. And subscribe for more videos about insane creatures that used to exist. See you in the next one.